Hi, it's Alison here. I've got a little video for you for a leg strengthening day. So yes, we're going to do our warm-up first, which you'll have done from previous videos. So please do add that onto this video if you want to do more of an all-over body warm-up. But I am going to start just by warming up the legs today. So yeah, let's just focus on just mobilising the joints to start with. I'm just stretching through the ankles here, stretching into the toes, and then we're going to go with a little bend. So as we're lifting the heel, we're just going to bend the knees. So just take it easy, start coordinating with the breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, and then we're going to go for a lift off the heel on one side, rise up onto the toes, and then we're dropping the opposite heel down and opposite heel's lifted. So rising up, you're just changing from one side to the other. Getting a real good stretch, but at the same time, you'll feel it working into the ankles. And you just want to avoid the ankle pressing out here. Keep a little bit of weight focused into the big toe. So you can imagine you're rising up like a balloon as you inflate. And then as you exhale, the balloon's just gently floating back down again. So we're going to pick up the pace a little bit now. Now maybe you've got the hang of the coordination, just having a little switch. And if you want to, you can start swinging the arms, just as if you're going for a little walk. Swinging through. Might as well get the shoulder joints warm as well. So start finding the lift in the pelvic floor, belly button, spine. And especially as we're bouncing a little bit more, if the pelvic floor hasn't quite re-strengthened after having your kiddies, it's always good to find any opportunity to find that lift in the pelvic floor to help prevent any accidental wheeze. Okay, and then release off, have a little circle up the ankle, circle out. And then we're just going to go with a really gentle switch of the weight from side to side. There should be no pain in knees, so if something doesn't feel good in your joints, then maybe just keep it smaller. And just have a pad through the feet, so you just placing the feet down, toe to heel, toe to heel, toe to heel. Just carrying on that vibe of warming up through the ankles and toes. And then we're going to go with a little figure of 8 through the hips. Just really gentle. Keeping it nice and easy. And you can go with a little shoulder here as well if you wanted to. Okay, then we're going to go figure of 8 through the arms. So you should start to feel the legs warming up now. You can just make that figure of 8 nice and relaxed. You can get extra stretch up the side of the body. Lifting the arm up, side. Okay, and then just wrap belly button, spine. Keep it small if you've got back issues, belly button, spine. Or if everything feels okay and it doesn't feel too uncomfortable, just take that wider. Really fling the arms. Keep the tummy muscles drawing through to the spine. Okay, and then we're going to go for a little bounce on a balance. So we're just lifting the knee off. Nice deep breath. You could go for maybe 8, maybe 16. Feel that warmth come through that supporting leg. Change sides. So my toes are just hovering just above the mat here. If you feel a bit wobbly, you can just touch the toes lightly down. You'll still be working into that supporting side. Again, as long as there's no pain in the knee joint on that supporting side. If there is, just take it a little tiny bit smaller maybe and a little bit slower. Okay, back to the original side. We're going to go bend in the supporting leg, lift the knee. 8 of those to the other side, and 8, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So it's like a two-way thing. We're going down and then knee lifts up at the same time. Release. And just have a little kick of the heels to the bottom maybe, just to help release off. Little hip switch, because you may have felt that working in your hip flexor, in your hip flexors, just at the top of the leg here. Then we're going to go for bend and stretch. Inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Now I want you to try and avoid locking back in that supporting leg. So just try and keep it a tiny little bit bent. Keep the softness in the legs. Other side, changing sides. And all of these exercises are really good for when we start to build up to squats. Or if you're already on your squats, then you are going to be finding that this strengthening work is going to be maybe a little bit easier as well. And vice versa, when you get to your squats again, you might find it a little bit easier. Release off. Again, that kick of the heels to the bottom is just a nice way to just release off all the lactic acid that's building up. A little hip switch again. Okay, next level. We're now going to lift, extend, bend and open. We're then going to take that leg straight back, squeezing into the glutes on the supporting side, or sorry, the leg lifting side, and repeat. Lift, extend, open, alternating the breath with each movement. Breathing in and open, taking it back. And you want to get to the point where you feel a bit of a burn. We're working into our hips here, and other side. Lift, extend. If you need to hold on to a wall, you saw my little wobble there, feel free to hold on to walls. Open and take it back. And lift, extend, bend. You could do maybe 6 to 8 of these. Open, take it back. And then we're going to just take one last one and take it back and release. Have a little kick off of the tension. Heels to bottom. And then we're just going to do a little fraction of a second longer hold. Just to work into the hamstrings. Hold, 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 and open, and open. And again, if you feel any grinding, because this is quite a common one that people tend to experience a bit of grinding of the hip into the hip socket, so you can just keep this small if that doesn't feel comfortable. Okay, we're going to then just have a little stretch now. This is just a short session today, so we're going to now just have a little stretch out of those legs. But it's just enough, a little short one that you can do more frequently to really start feeling the difference in your strength in your muscles. Just to get to the point where you feel a little bit of muscular burn in a session, making sure that we always stretch off afterwards, and in fact warm up before. And let's just have a open out across the chest, lower back leg stretch, both feet are pointing directly forwards, front knee is over the ankle of the front leg. You can go for a quad stretch, knees close together, tailbone tucked underneath, belly button spine. If you need to hold on to something, please do so. Hug the knee in. And open. You can have a little opening up the hip here, either keeping the supporting legs, well, I say straight, but just a little bit of bend, or you can sit down into that stretch. Deep breaths, deep breaths. And release. Other leg. So now that leg that's just been lifted goes in front, into the lower back leg stretch. This time, crossing forearms, pulling the elbows forward and away. Nice deep breaths. Again, checking that both feet are parallel to each other, no feet are turned out, and the front knee is over the ankles. Lifting up the back leg into the quad stretch, knees close together. Tucking the tailbone underneath to increase the stretch down in that hip flexor, and you'll find a gentle pull in the knee. If this isn't comfortable for you, and you know, just have a little release off in any way that works for you. Hugging the knee in, out to the side. Hold on to a wall if you need to. Cross. And then you can either stay upright or take the tailbone back, keeping the spine nice and long. Sitting into the stretch to stretch out those hips. So all of that work we've been doing with the balance and the leg lifting, you'll have felt working to your hips. And then release off. Okay, there we go. Just keep moving if you feel like, you know, you need a little bit of extra release off of those muscles. You can have a nice massage round of the thighs and the hips as well, if that feels good for you. Yeah, so there we go. That's a little short session that you can repeat maybe 3 times a week, and it's really going to start building up the strength in those legs, building up the muscle, and of course the flexibility with the stretches, so that when we progress to the more demanding exercises, then you'll be well prepared. Hope you enjoyed that one.